It is estimated that around 27 to 28% of all children in developing countries are underweight or stunted. At least 80% of humanity lives on less than $10 a day. Approximately 790 million people in the developing world are still chronically undernourished. Every day, almost 16,000 children die from hunger-related causes. That's one child every 5 seconds. Almost half the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day, and with rising food prices, most cannot afford the food they need to survive. Statistics like these struck a chord with Sinhura Sitineni and influenced her to start an organization to fight global poverty. One day, while searching the internet, Sinhura's eyes were opened to the devastation of global poverty and hunger. She began to think of ways she could help. Her ideas quickly became a reality as Hunger Lunch was born shortly thereafter, right on the UNC Chapel Hill campus, with hopes of raising money to help meet the immediate needs of millions of impoverished people around the world. But how does it work? It's simple, really. Each Wednesday in the pit, students line up with $4 in hand and enjoy endless cornbread, rice, and beans, the staple foods of millions of impoverished men, women, and children around the world. Hunger Lunch made an immediate impact, collecting $7,500 in its first year and $8,000 in its second. This money was enough to build a nutrition house in the slums of India. Clearly, the organization was already making a significant impact. Still an extremely young organization in 2005, Hunger Lunch entered the Carolina Challenge, a business plan competition. They placed second in the contest, and Sinhura took the next step in making Hunger Lunch an official nonprofit and renaming it Nourish International. Nourish was built on 3 components. The first component is ventures. Nourish organizes multiple ventures every year to raise money, the most successful and consistent in Hunger Lunch. The second component is international projects, but not just projects, development projects. The leaders of Nourish International did not simply want to provide for those in need with temporary aid. Instead, they began investing in development projects that partner with community-based organizations around the world. As they explain on their website, many of these communities are highly entrepreneurial, possessing sustainable solutions to the problems they face. What they lack, however, are the resources to solve those problems. Nourish aims to provide communities with these resources. As Sinhura explains, Nourish wants to make a program that lasts. They are not about crisis aid. They want students to have a project with a long-term impact, educational component, and empowerment to give the community ownership. It isn't only about the money, however. Nourish's third goal is to raise awareness for global poverty. Because of America's wealth, many or even most Americans are not aware of the problems that so many face. Nourish hopes to change that for as many university students as possible. It helped in late 2006 when 4 students jumped on board and expanded the chapter to Duke University. From here, it spread like wildfire. Over the past few years, Nourish International has expanded over 20 universities across the nation. As it expanded, so did its budget, and so did its impact. Over just a few short years, Nourish International has helped to build irrigation systems in Bolivia, construct greenhouses and enhance educational opportunities in Honduras, build an organic fruit and vegetable farm in India, construct vegetable plots in Argentina, and build a production facility for FBP's Universal Peanut Sheller, just to name a few. But who is responsible for this widespread impact? The answer is not what many people might expect. It is not put together by business professionals or by wealthy donors. It is organized by busy college students willing to sacrifice personal time with friends in order to make a difference in people's lives. And this sacrifice does not go in vain. The time, money, and energy spent on raising funds and organizing development projects pays off in the end, when those in need of help receive it. Although it's hard to tell at the time, every hour spent, every volunteer's efforts, every lunch bought, and every dollar donated is just another piece of the puzzle. These pieces unite around a common mission to end global poverty.